Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to a fresh start. This is the 17th episode of the Deliberate Talks podcast, and I'm your host, Dakshin Adyanthaya, who today has a very interesting guest whose age, dedication, and vision inspires you to become an entrepreneur like her. And in some time, before we start conversing with her, let me introduce you to the backdrop of today's episode content. Now, over the years, while social media has evolved, one such major content consumption pattern that we have gotten addicted to is the shorter format of videos. Be it with TikTok then or Reels now, there's definitely more to this format. So to start up, here are some uber cool facts for today. According to Cisco, by 2022, online videos will make up to more than 82% of all consumers' internet traffic. That is 15 times higher than what it was in 2017. WordStream states that 92% of users watching videos on mobile will share it with others. Now, according to a study highlighted by MTC, 60% of its viewers tend to stop watching after the second minute mark, so shorter formats tend to perform better. Did you also know Facebook users view an average of 8 billion videos per day? Oof. So there's no doubt how important videos are for our content mix. But with shrinking attention spans, shorter videos and platforms supporting them are gaining immense popularity. Now let's focus on this and know more about it from our guest today, right after this intro.
This is the Deliberate Talks weekly podcast, powered by the Pixelated Egg Digital Ventures. Tune in every week to learn something new about digital marketing and entrepreneurship. And now, over to the voice of your host, Dakshin Adyanthaya. Enjoy the show.
So in today's episode, we have someone with a past experience of working in companies like LinkedIn and now Google. In 2018, she decided to take a jump into the world of entrepreneurship to create snackable video content. Today, she is a proud founder of an upcoming and really cool platform called Tangy. Here's introducing Coco Mao. Hello Coco, welcome to the Deliberate Talks podcast.
Thank you, Dakshin. Very happy to be here.
So Coco, Tangy, pretty interesting platform since its inception. You're an entrepreneur at 26 and a founder of a pretty cool app. Tell me a bit more about how the product app came into the existence.
Yeah, for sure. Let me tell you what Tangi is first. So Tangi is a short video platform focused on lifestyle content. It's kind of like a child of TikTok and Pinterest, except it's better. So we started this project last year in April, and then we public launched on iOS and also Android store earlier this year around January. And we have been growing really rapidly with great creator like Dakshin on our platform. So you should definitely check out his Tangi profile. Yeah, and then one big differentiator between us and TikTok or other platform is that we're not entertainment focused. Our mission is to inspire people to try new things. So we give you this like short videos to give you like a lot of spark of inspiration. And the origin story, I'll keep the story short, is that I'm from China. When I went back to China in 2008, I see how my parents, who were not very tech savvy, got into the habit of watching short videos. Especially my mom, she actually learned a lot of art techniques through watching short videos on her phone. So I was very inspired by how my mom was using short videos. And at that time, like TikTok was not even that popular in the US, definitely not as big as now. And I felt there could be more short video platforms, especially for the infotainment area. And then I pitched to Google's internal incubator called Area 120.
Right.
And I think they were looking for actually projects around short videos because that was the trends that they believe that will stay. So I pitched and then they picked my idea and we started.
Nice. And talking about Area 120, tell me a little bit more about this incubation center. How did you go about connecting with them, pitching to them, and then getting your idea to life?
Yeah, that's a really great topic. So Air 120 is Google's internal incubator. So instead of pitching to VC, you pitch to a bunch of partners inside Area 120, and any person in Google can apply. So if you have a great idea and you can pitch to this organization like Area 120, and based on your background and your idea and then the trend nowadays, they will accept your idea or not. And once they accept your idea, they will give you a few months, like 6 months, and then certain amount of resources for you to start the project. And then they will check whether you have any positive signals after a while and decide whether to fund you afterward.
And how long did it take you to convince everyone to take your idea to execution?
Yeah, I submitted the application to Air 120 like October 2018, I believe. And I pitched to them in January, start of last year. And they really liked the product, and then it just took off. And I actually need to found my team members in Google. So it took me a while, like 2 or 3 months, to form the initial team. And then we started building the product in April last year.
Nice, nice. And apart from being a founder, just for my learning, where does your expertise come into the picture? What all are you actively involved in?
Yeah, well, I have to say, everyone does so much for this product. You know, we're kind of running a social media, but our whole team, like, are 5 people. So it's a lot of work for everyone. We also use a lot of 20%ers in Google. They are basically volunteers who want to help out, but they are not full-time team members. But in terms of me, I I just do so many things. I like I'm a lot of what I do is like product management. Like a lot of ideas may not be mine, but then I need to make sure the team align on those ideas, and then we agree to move in that direction, and it's just align everyone on the same vision. And then I also do coding sometimes. Like I think I would say initially I do more coding because there were only 3 people in the team. And so me and another engineer would build the whole website. So it was a lot of engineering work. One more thing, one big part of our work is actually talking to users. Like we actually talked to Dakshin and a lot of other Indian creators on one of our meetup. So we interview users to get user feedback.
Well, we shall discuss about the creators and the community a little bit more in detail. But before that, tell me, Coco, how was your pitch day? When you went to meet the team with your pitch deck, brew me some interesting stories from that day.
Because like the pitch happened in San Francisco, and that's the headquarter of Air 120, and I live actually like 1 hour away from San Francisco without traffic. But that day, because with traffic, it could be 2 hours.
Wow.
So I got up super early, much earlier than I usually do, and drove to San Francisco. I still remember it was like very foggy, and then it's super, like the traffic is very bad, but I just felt so excited about like going to pitch to the Air 120. And it was so different from my previous work where I was a full-time software engineer, mainly writing code, writing design doc. So this is very different from what I did. So at that time, I actually wasn't that stressed out because I just felt it was such a wonderful experience. Even if it doesn't work out, it's just such a wonderful learning opportunity.
And what was your reaction like once you came out of the room and once you were done with the whole thing? What was the reaction like?
Oh, I was kind of surprised because like definitely very surprised, to be honest, because to be honest, at that time, I was in Google for 3 years, and I was thinking of leaving Google to pursue some like startup opportunities outside. But I thought, oh, why don't I give this a try before I leave? And then so I pitched and I got accepted. So it's definitely not part of my plan.
Very interesting. Tell me a bit now more about the platform. You touched upon the fact that it's a mix of Pinterest and TikTok, but how does Tangy really stand out? Even from the other platforms or the short video platforms like YouTube Shorts or Instagram Reels, what's so different about Tangy?
Yeah, that's a great question because that's like, that's the differentiator we need to like keep thinking about. So in my opinion, our focus and mission is very different from a lot of other social media like TikTok. It started with entertainment, it's lip syncing, but our mission, as I mentioned earlier, is to inspire people to try new things with this new format of short videos. So we are a very creativity and inspiration driven platform. I'll give you some examples. A lot of features we designed are meant to inspire creativity out of people. For example, we have a bookmark feature which allow people bookmark the short videos they like and curate them into those albums. And another feature we have is called Try It feature, where you can post your recreation of a video under a video. So for example, I saw someone like make a Indian dish and I really like it, and I would make my version following that tutorial and then post my photo of that dish. And the creators get so inspired by people following their short videos to achieve something. And I think the users always get super excited when the creators write back.
Right. Because we are also speaking about video content platforms, one of the concerns that TikTok introduced us to was the content filtering process. The platform was fantastic, no doubt, but fell into trouble because of the kind of content published by many profiles. And that was absolutely ridiculous and demeaning to a lot of them. And that's something that actually kept a lot of people away from TikTok as well. Is this something Tangi has addressed from day one with regards to the quality of the content?
Yeah, for sure, because we're such a positive and such a, I would say, very wholesome platform. We took a lot of effort in making sure our content is very clean and doesn't have any very bad or negative content. So we leverage a lot of technology that Google has or on Google Cloud to help catch bad content. So definitely a lot of algorithm machine learning involved to filter out bad content.
And what about the profiles? Even from a long-term point of view, say tomorrow the platform receives thousands and thousands of new users every day. How is the process of filtering the content and those profiles being planned for?
Yes, so the system we've built is able to handle a large influx of the video. Well, we hope there will be more people coming, but basically for every video that's uploaded, we will run some machine learning algorithm on them to detect if there's any bad content in the video. So, and then if it does, then it will be flagged out and then we will take some manual review on that.
Right. Now, talking about the community within Tangi, tell me, Coco, tell me some good plots about your community members. Where are they from and what do they do? And tell me some good stories about them.
So we actually have like global audience, even as a starting platform, like US and India are our top markets. And we have a lot of talented creators from India. I just feel like the creators on Tangi are just very, very talented. Like sometimes when I go to TikTok, I felt, oh, this creator is just like singing or like just, I don't know, just being funny without talent. But then for almost all the videos I watch on Tangi, I just constantly get impressed with the talent people have. For example, we have a lot of art creators, a lot of DIY creators. Their work is just amazing. Like it's just so inspirational and a lot of times very educational too. Like I've definitely tried many creators videos, and like at first you thought, oh, I couldn't do that, but then after you watch the video you will feel I actually could do that, and then they showed me how to do it under a minute. So like I will go ahead and try it.
And what about challenges? Say language is one of them. What are the other challenges you face? Also, when you're speaking about languages, do you have someone helping you out for different markets?
Yeah, we definitely found the localization to be a challenge. So we did some localization effort. Like if we detect your phone system language is Hindi, then we will localize some text in the app to be Hindi. But we do realize like India has so many local languages, and
Right.
it is a challenge, I have to say, as a international brand or platform to go to India and then try to find a strategy that can catch audience with a lot of languages. I do think there's one thing that's kind of nice about the videos on our platform is that a lot of videos you don't really need the language to understand. Like the creator is not even talking, they're showing you how to do something, no matter it's fashion or like DIY. Like even though you don't fully understand the language or the caption, you see what they're doing. So like it's kind of, I would say, like international in some way. Another thing we are working very, very hard on is our performance. We got a lot of complaints from Indian audience that our app is a little bit slow and it consumes data. So we're actively working on these issues. We're trying to make our Indian audience happier.
Amazing. Right, right. And it's almost been 9 to 10 months since the app was launched in US and India. And no doubt it's picking up really well. But tell me at least 3 good or bad things about the app that you have noticed.
3 things that come on top of my mind. One is that I think community is very, very important for any platform or any social media. To be honest, like we don't have a lot of creation tool in Tangi yet, but we're developing them. But without the creation tool, we find that creators could actually, there are so many creation tools out there for creators. However, it's so important that the community is there for them. So like we try to connect creators together, or like, you know, we found creators inspire each other through the comments and they talk to each other. And we have these video challenges that inspire creators to work on a theme, and then they can look at each other's videos and feel that they're working on something similar together. So I think for any social media, community is so important. No matter, like, it doesn't matter in which way you create a community, but it needs to be a sense of community there. And another thing is about monetization. I feel like if you don't have any monetization strategies for creators, it's very hard to attract the top creators. So we do have some program, but it's relatively limited. It's not like YouTube where you know that you, like, once you hit certain views, you will get paid. So I think some kind of mechanism like that, where it's like people know for sure, like they can make money from your platform. I think that will be very key to getting some top creators.
Right.
And the third thing is about the format of short videos. I think it's definitely a format that's going to stay. We have seen TikTok like dominate the world, except it's banned in India now, but there are so many other apps coming. So I think short video is such a catchy and such a great format that it's definitely here to stay. And I believe more and more people who are taking photos will start making short videos. For example, like on Instagram, you know, Instagram started with photos, but nowadays the most engaging feature on Instagram is actually the story feature.
Right.
That's essentially short videos. So I think there will be a shift from static images to this kind of story or short video format, and more creators will join this shift.
And now touching upon the benefits for the community. You know, you did mention about the funding program, but apart from that, what is the platform currently offering to its creators?
So for the creators, so we do have some funding program we give creators, and it highly depends on like what the stage they are at, and then what they're like following, and whether they have the passion. We actually do care a lot about their passion, like on our platform. And so the other thing we're doing is the video challenges. So for these video challenges, we usually work with brands. Like for example, recently we're working with Nickelodeon, which is a huge brand in America. So when people see these brands are usually much bigger than us. So they get very inspired. Oh, Tangy is working with Nickelodeon. Nickelodeon is a big brand. And then brands usually offer awards or offer exposure opportunities. Like if you win this challenge, your video can be on, like for example, Nickelodeon Instagram page or something. Like creators really regard this as opportunities for them to get to be seen by these large brands, like where like otherwise they would have no ways to be seen by these large brands.
And you also offer workshop opportunities for creators, right?
Yeah, we're experimenting with workshops. It's definitely still at the pilot stage, but we found the workshops to be a very engaging experience because Tangi focus on education, or like not the exact education, but then, information. So the workshop, we think it's a very good complementary. It's just very complementary for the short videos.
And just taking another aspect of the benefit I personally feel on the app, the fact that you can create 2-minute videos once you reach 100 followers. Tell me, Coco, is there actually a demand? 60 seconds is too less to create content. Is there a way that I can create 2-minute videos before reaching 100 followers? Do you get such kind of inquiries?
We get that increase quite a bit, actually. That's why we encourage people to get 100 followers and then you can upload longer videos. So it definitely takes a lot of editing work to shrink down under a minute. However, I have to say that because creator put so much work to make it short, to make it under 1 minute, the viewers actually have better time viewing these videos because it's basically summarized by the creators already. So it's more effort for the creators, but a lot of times it's better for the viewers. We do get that request a lot, and yeah, but we have this like motivation for you to get more followers and then you can upload longer videos. And we do find once people reach 100 followers, a lot of them upload slightly longer videos.
True, true. And going back to the opportunity for creators, what about the verification process? Now it's a pride on Twitter and Instagram to get the blue tick or being verified. Tangi also offers ambassador badges and verified badges. How does one go about getting one for themselves?
I have to say we're actually pretty generous with these verifications.
Right.
What we want to see is the passion in this creator, and then the creator produce like decent content. And like I have to say, as a startup, we don't have like all the rules like 1, 2, 3, 4. In order to like you need to hit 1, 2, 3, 4, then you become verified. No, actually, it's more up to the team. Like all of us, if we see some really good creators, we tell each other, oh, this creator should be verified. This is really good.
Mm-hmm.
And then we basically just verify. But I hope people still like don't think it's very easy, but I can tell you it's not that hard.
Right. Well, that's a great encouragement for many, to be honest. But tell me, when the app grows tomorrow, is this going to be the route like Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, where they will have to fill in a form? Or is it going to be like manually obliged, like how it is right now?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I think once we grow bigger, we'll put some application in place. Like you can apply to be verified, and then we need to have like rules to exactly verify you.
Nice. And what about the creators meet? Tell me a little bit more about that. How can one be a part of these exclusive meets and learn more from fellow content creators as well as your team?
Yes, so we do have like our dashboard, like where the team can see. So a lot of times we have this dashboard to help us identify the rising stars. So once in a while, we'll look at the dashboard and we think, oh, wow, this creator really has like great talent, and then the number really shows, and then we'll get into touch with the creators. But, like I would encourage creators to be more proactive. One huge benefit for creators starting or growing platform is that the team is so accessible. We have an external email called Tangi, like TANGI external @google.com. So if you write us like product feedback or report a bug or tell us, I want to be verified, I want to talk to the team, like if we see the reply like someone in the team, as long as the email doesn't look too junky, we'll actually try to reply. Especially if you have product feedback, we'll always reply.
Right, right. I think that's a great part because you don't normally get to communicate with the team.
I think that's one thing really good about being on a starting platform is that you are a part of the platform. Like if you go to Instagram, you feel you are a nail in this big machine. But if you join Tangi, you will feel like you are like the team would like to talk to you. You are like a star.
True, true. Great. I'm now going to move into a quick round of rapid fire questions, Coco. So you need to be prompt. Feel free to answer in a word or a line or more. So are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Great. Your favorite 5 profiles on Tangi?
Okay. You know my number one Dakshin. It's Dakshin. It's the first one is Dakshin's because he makes really good audiograms. So that's one. And the other one I would say is Rachel Fair Carter. She is an artist. So her art is very interesting because she does storytelling in her art. People actually will leverage Tangi's this try it feature. People will upload their photos on her videos with their storytelling in the comments, and then Rachel will actually pick like the ones she liked to draw. So it's just such a good use of our try it feature, and her video is very catchy because it triggers your emotion. Oh, well, another one is actually Kemi's Kitchen. Kemi is actually another team member in the team, but she's also a cooking creator. Definitely helps to have like, a very dedicated creator on your team. And the other one, the other one is my own profile. My handle is Coco. So if you search Coco on Tangi, you can find my profile.
Right. And you're always there commenting, which is the best part. This is something that I raised during the meetup as well. That kind of leaves a motivation to a lot of creators in its own way. I'm not sure if you realize this or not, but because of your one comment, the community is being built more than just looking at this as another app which is just telling people to download and consume content. Here you are getting into a conversation with actually connecting with each and every individual who creates good content, and you're promoting them via your profile. So that's a fantastic stuff.
Thank you for the feedback. I didn't really, I think I thought about it, but then hearing it from you is very powerful. So Dakshin is telling me to stay up to comment. So I will do that.
Fantastic. Now tell me, what's the story behind the name of Tangi and what it really means?
That's a very interesting thing. So I'll tell you a story that I probably shouldn't tell you, but I will tell you. Our former name is actually called Yuki, like it's Youki. It's a name I kind of randomly came up with. But then afterwards, when we were about to launch, like YouTube team actually, we were talking to YouTube team about our launch because they're also part of Google.
Right.
And they think Yuki sounds too similar to YouTube because the beginning is the same. So they want us to change our name. So our team have a 2-day brainstorming session that all we do was to come up with a new name. The thing is that we also need to get it like trademark approved because we cannot just come up with another trademark protected name. And I came up with this Tangi because I was thinking tangible, Tangi. So, and then it actually sounds pretty good. And I felt like all of our videos are very tangible. Right. So we submit this for the trademark, and luckily it was not trademarked by other people. And we took it.
Amazing. So how does an average day in a founder's life of Tangi look like? What do you do the whole day, Coco?
Yeah, so it has actually been quite, well, the work is same, but then the lifestyle has been quite different from before after the COVID-19. Because after the outbreak of COVID-19, we need to work from home. I would say like, I actually think I have way more time I don't need to commute anymore working from home. But then the line between work and life is just so blurred. I felt I definitely work way more after working from home because you don't feel there's a moment you go back home, you can relax. It's more like, okay, it's work all day and after dinner, you keep working. And also like, I think in terms of the schedule, we always have our daily stand-up at 9:30, pretty early, I think. But we would, meet as a team to sync and then making sure we're all on the same page. And then it will be the actual work of coding or the planning. And then we'll meet with a bunch of stakeholders. And then in the evening is the time I can actually focus and do some actual work that requires my attention.
Right. Okay. Now tell me 3 reasons why people should sign up for Tangi.
Number 1, because Dakshin is on Tangi and he has great audiogram videos you need to check out. So that's number 1. And number 2, Tangi is a very new social media, very new platform. If you join now, you get a lot of special privileges, like, for example, getting Coco's comment or if you have product feedback, our team is like happy to talk to you. And number 3, I think Tangi is just such a positive platform. We heard it so much, like they feel Tangi is very positive, very inspirational. So watch few Tangi videos, you don't feel like you wasted your time. You feel that you actually learned something and you feel inspired. I constantly feel that. Like I watch a video, I was okay, this is what I will make for dinner. This is what I will do for my weekend project. So I get this constant like dose of inspiration from the videos.
And finally, what's to look out for on Tangi in the next 3 months?
For sure, we're going through a rapidly growing period. Like we are currently, like at this moment, being featured on Play Store. So definitely check out on the Play Store in the most recent updated app section. We're being featured on Play Store, so get a lot of install this week. And Halloween's coming. We're doing Halloween promotions. And for Indian audience, we have Diwali coming. We definitely will do a video challenge on Diwali. And we want to encourage our creators to make Diwali related content. And then, afterwards, there will be a lot of holidays in US, like Thanksgiving, Christmas. So I definitely think there will be a lot of activities going on Tangi.
Amazing stuff. That was very nicely replied to all questions.
Friend us on your socials and let's connect.
Now I'm quickly going to move into the last segment of the show. And this is a question from a thread which says, while Tangi is building up a good community with individual creators, when is it a good time for brands to be a part of the platform to create regular brand-based content? And is ads, analytics, and brand collaboration as a part of the plan in the near future?
Yes, so even now, we definitely welcome brands to join Tangi and then start posting like brand-related content. In fact, like we have big brands like So Yummy, Michael's, like their own Tangi, they posted videos. So we definitely encourage any brand currently to upload to Tangi. And as I mentioned, we have the brand sponsored video challenge. If you are interested in working with us, with your brands, our Diwali sponsorship is still open. So if you are interested in working with us on these video challenges, you can email us at tangi-external@google.com. We'll be interested in collaboration.
And what about advertisement opportunities for brands?
Currently, not the end of this year, but it is our definitely long-term goal to have the ads in place. It will help the platform and also creators monetize through ads.
Right. Fantastic stuff, Coco. Well, we have finally come to the end of our conversation. And regardless of the fact that I know you personally, what you're doing and building towards is absolutely inspiring and great. I hope you had a good time conversing on the show today.
Thank you. I had a lot of fun and thank you for the opportunity. I used to have my own podcast too. I did like 50 episodes or something. Wow. And I think podcast is just such a great way to connect people.
Right. And what was your podcast on?
My podcast was to teach people Chinese.
Great. Well, I wish you and Tangi all the very best for the years to come.
Thank you, Dakshin. Thank you for being on Tangi and thank you for inviting me to this podcast.
Thank you. Well, that's it for today. Go check out Tangi video app on the Play Store or on the App Store and find your mojo there. If you have any feedback about today's episode, feel free to write to the deliberatetalks@gmail.com. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Spotify, Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, and the social media platforms of the Deliberate Talks and the Pixelated Egg Digital Ventures. Join in this Friday for a bonus episode, and until then, have a beautiful week ahead, and don't forget to inspire and be inspired.